Hi guys, I hope you're well. Matt Rhodes here, and it's the final day of World's Strongest Man 2024 where the champion will be crowned. We have 3 events to go today. Coming into today, the final day, Tom Stoltman has a slight lead over reigning champion Mitchell Hooper with Evan Singleton in third. It looks very much like one of those 3 guys will be crowned champion this year. So we started off with a 250 kilogram, 552 Conan's wheel. So they have to go the maximum distance they can with the wheel, the maximum degrees. It goes around in a 360 circle until they drop the implement. So we see the results here quickly in reverse order. Ivor Smokselis, Andrade, Luke Stoltman, Evan Singleton, Hof, Dawinski, Rag, Stoltman, Hooper, Kordiaka. So the main talking points about that, Evan Singleton dropping quite a lot of points on his main rivals there, Tom and Mitchell. And that probably means he doesn't have a chance now to win the title this year, but he's still in a very solid position to come 3rd overall. Pavlo Kordiaka, a specialist in this, winning this event once again. Just behind him was Mitchell Hooper, who looked like he was going to drop it a couple of times, but a gutsy performance. He kept going and managed to secure 2nd place. But Tom Stoltman going last, of course, always a big advantage. He got that right by winning the previous events, but he managed to come in 3rd place, so only dropped 1 point on Mitchell Hooper. So all that means is, with 2 events to go, Tom Stoltman has a 2-point lead over Mitchell Hooper. 5.5 points behind Hooper is Evan Singleton, and he has a 5-point lead over Dawinski in 4th place. Therefore, you've got to say Evan's looking like he's really solidifying his chances of getting 3rd place, but it's all to play for between Mitchell Hooper and Tom Stoltman for who's going to be crowned World's Strongest Man. I've got to say once again, I think World's Strongest Man have got all the weights correct this year. There's been a very good mixture of results where there's been a good spread between the all athletes. Most of the athletes have managed to finish. It's just, I think they got the weights about exactly right, and there hasn't been controversy with the refereeing either. So those are 2 very positive points. So next up was the tired deadlift, 374 kilograms, 825 pounds. 1 minute, the maximum amount of reps as possible. Now, in past competitions, Mitchell Hooper and Tom Stoltman have been neck and neck at this event, around 7 or 8 reps. So once again, it could be very close, but Mitchell Hooper really needs to get some points on Tom, because the final event, of course, is the traditional Atlas Stones. And we all know Tom Stoltman is king of the stones. Now, with the deadlift being the penultimate event of this year's World's Strongest Man, it's an absolute crucial moment for the athletes, particularly those fighting for places on the podium. Now, Matt Rag did a fantastic 8 reps and was able to win the deadlift competition. But more significantly, Tom Stoltman came joint 2nd with Tristan Hof with 7 reps, and Mitchell Hooper with 6 reps dropped to 4th place. Now Mitchell tied with Dawinski and Andrade, and that meant Evan Singleton finished behind all of those guys. And the results of that are significant. Tom Stoltman goes into the final event with a 4.5 point lead over Mitchell Hooper. Barring a disaster, he will be crowned World's Strongest Man once again. Mitchell Hooper has a 7.5 point lead over Evan Singleton in 3rd, so Mitchell Hooper is almost guaranteed 2nd place. So probably the most exciting part to watch will be now who comes 3rd on the podium. None of these guys have ever podiumed before, between Evan Singleton, Matt Rag, and Dawinski from Canada. As you see, Rag has 1.5 points over Dawinski, and Singleton has 1.5 points over Rag. So absolutely anything could happen in this final. The one thing I would say about Mitchell Hooper's performance is that he shredded his hands in the first event yesterday, carrying the frame. And I think because the athletes were not allowed figure 8 straps on this deadlift, it must have played a huge part, because it's a brutal event if your hands are ripped up and you haven't got those straps on. Okay, so the final event, 5 Atlas stones, 140 kilograms to 210, a 60-second time limit. These Atlas stones were quite a long distance from the podium, so more challenging than usual. Now I'll go in reversed order. Luke Stoltman, Ivor Smukstelis, Derwinski, Andrade, Singleton, Rag, Kordiaka, Hof, Hooper, Stoltman. So Tom Stoltman, King of the Stones, of course winning this event and already in the lead going into it means he is World's Strongest Man 2024. So congratulations to him. In second place in this event, of course, was Mitchell Hooper. Who else? So he secures second at World's Strongest Man 2024. Those two were the big favourites coming into this and they didn't let us down. But Tom Stoltman came out on top. Now, of course, the huge battle was for third place. Matt Rag was able to load 4 stones and Evan Singleton only 3. So that meant in the end, he picked up 1 point on Evan. But of course, Evan had a 1.5 point lead coming into this event. So Evan Singleton takes third place over Matt Rag by just half a point. So that makes up our podium, guys. Tom Stoltman from Scotland, Mitchell Hooper from Canada, and Evan Singleton from USA. You've got to say it was a commanding win for Tom, and him and Hooper were poles apart from everybody else, but congratulations for everybody who made it to the final. We've seen a lot of new guys here this year, huge upcoming talent, which is always great to see. So let me know in the comments below, were you expecting these results? Who was the star of it all for you? We've now seen Mitchell Hooper's dominance at World's Strongest Man and the Arnolds come to an end. But I'm sure he and Tom will keep having many strong rivalries and of course have the old Bjornsons back in the mix as well now. So as always guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these roundup videos and I'll be back with more strongman content very soon. Next up, I'm going to the Siberian Power Show.